What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest edition of the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock and our very special guest, Mr. Jim Steele himself.
Hey guys.
The man who made Wolf famous. So tonight, we're going to be discussing two classic Champions of the Galaxy characters, Jim's favorite character, Wolf, and the Invincible Kraken.
Yes.
I guess you guys agree. It's settled then. You guys agree it's pronounced Kraken.
I don't know about Jim, but I go with Kraken.
Kraken.
No, you're both wrong. It's Kraken.
It's the whole release the Kraken.
It's Kraken. We're gonna have to have Tom on here to finally settle the debate once and for all as the creator of the character, and he's gonna side with me because I'm right. And we're also going to discuss our favorite piece of Champions of the Galaxy artwork tonight on the program.
Our favorite card art.
Yeah,
I couldn't decide, so I brought 6.
I should have brought mine with me. I'll have to. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to pick from ones I have nearby. But no, I have one in mind, but I don't have the card here with me. But yeah, we'll get to that later. But first, since we have our special guest here, Mr. Jim Steele, let's talk Wolf.
So Jim, what did Wolf do for you, or is he still working it?
Still working it. I like the card from the get-go.
This is always your favorite?
Yep. Doing him and the Gladiators.
And why is that?
I just like the hardcore.
It's a hardcore guy.
Yeah, he's. I liked him, and I really don't mind him. He's been able to hold his own. I'm in 2105, and he's still holding his own, even with the power creep slowly edging in.
Mm-hmm.
And he's if I look at his stats, he's held a lot of gold for me. 5-time GWF heavyweight champion, 1-time TV champ, 5-time Intergalaxian champion, 2-time War Games tag. I do not remember who his tag partner would have been.
Spike.
3-time heavy metal champion.
Yeah, that's a pretty good career there, and he's still active.
He's still going on. Now it's been a while since he's held any gold.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still hanging up in the GWF. He hasn't been knocked down to the lower feds.
Yeah, he's and he gets an update. You haven't even gotten his updated card yet.
Of course he gets an update.
Yeah, he is still active in the GWF 50 years later. So he's got to be in dog years. He's got to be at least
300.
Yeah, 300, 350. So yeah, it's a pretty good life he's had. He's a character for me that was always in the mix. Like, he always had a good enough win-loss record to be in the title picture. He always did well, performed well. And I know I give him a hard time on the boards and stuff like that, but that's more just to get cheap heat out of Jim here than anything. Jim and I have a great relationship. You know, I love. He's probably the greatest guy in this game community, and I'm not even saying that just because he's here. Like, he's just an all-around good dude, Jim. You have to hear that, and I mean it. You're top notch as a human being, and you're the best.
And we couldn't run any tournaments without you.
It's true. Mr. Jim Steele provides all the cards for everybody at the tournaments. If he didn't bring his stuff with him, no matter how far away it was, Galacticon would screech to a halt. And I'm not even, it's God's honest truth.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Wolf.
Yeah. So Jim, tell us about your Wolf. What's he done with you, and how's he doing for you? Is he still relevant?
Definitely still relevant. Held the hardcore title quite a few times in recent years, and tag titles. Mostly just not doing much singles wise.
Who do you
He was a
team
world
up with?
champion multiple times over the years.
Who do you team him up with?
Well, recently with Monolith,
That's a formidable team.
there's Lope left.
Lope, an alternate reality version of Wolf.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was what, trans-evolved? Is that the
Yes.
story?
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
more, he went to Sentra, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's more animalistic. Very cool character as well.
In the early years, he held the tag titles with Iron Man. So
I loved Iron Man. I wish he would have gotten another card at some
very,
point.
very underrated.
Yes.
But that's another guy for another day.
Yes. But I also happen to know that Wolf is a huge fan of Jim Steele. And here is the proof. Right here. We have Wolf wearing the Jim Steele t-shirt. And I kind of want to start right here on this show a campaign to have this card printed. It was a giveaway whenever they started the online site. It was a giveaway. If you bought the starter pack, they included this. I'd like to see this card printed because I'm not I'm a tabletop player, not an online player.
I've never seen this card. That's actually pretty cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, but Wolf himself is a fan of Jim Steele, as he's wearing the Jim Steele t-shirt.
And it's the baby blue.
Yes, the classic. Do you still have that shirt, Jim?
Yep. I'm actually
Nice.
wearing it.
Right now?
Yeah.
We got to see it. Hold on, let me stop sharing my screen. There it is. All right. that shirt's got to be what, 20 years old?
At least.
Looks in mint condition too, sir. That's awesome.
It only gets dry cleaned.
So yeah, let's take a look at Wolf's card. Mike is prepared. I am not. So Jim,
probably has it all memorized.
He probably does. We probably don't even need to reference it with Jim. But what we do, Jim, is we pick one thing we would change on the original card to make it better. One thing you would change. So we should have prepped you with questions. We did the same thing to Pete last week. Just kind of,
we expect everybody to watch our show to know how we do things.
yes. So here's Wolf. Here's his card art by Chuck Carter, the amazing Chuck Carter, who, gave life to all these classic, iconic characters that we love so much.
The first thing I would definitely change the art.
You're not a fan of the art?
I think it could have been a little bit better.
Really? What would you add to the artwork?
More of an action pose.
Okay. What
But
about
then again,
face
that's
paint?
back in- Yeah.
Because this is right after Gladiator time for him.
Right. I mean, I don't hate it, but it could have been better.
He's got a -3 agility, -1 power, B ropes, B turnbuckle, A ring, A death jump, and a disqualification of 6. I think I dropped that DQ.
He was one of the original violent men.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hard to drop the DQ because that's what he was made for.
Yeah, I think I'd bring it down to a 5 though.
That's I couldn't see him at a 5.
No, not a 5.
For me, his level 3 defense, I don't think he can keep you down.
Yeah, he's got out of the ring death jump, both of the choice, his first 1 and 2. And then from there on, he's got 3 level 3 moves and then his finisher, which is a +3 savage face claw.
Yeah, see, Wolf was always a solid character.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to make him tougher, maybe give him a dazed on level 3.
Yeah, that wasn't very common then.
No,
Did anybody have that in the starter set?
a dazed on level 3. I don't think anybody had it.
Yeah. That would have been cool to make him unique.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, he would have been, he would have been a beast.
Yeah. Yeah,
Play
I'm
on
flipping
Lord
through real
Zelda.
quick here, and yeah, not even Thantos or Star Warrior have it.
No, nobody had it. Even days on level 2 were fairly uncommon. Only a
Yeah.
few guys had that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of that would upgrade him significantly.
Yeah.
Would you replace a hurt or a down?
Or I'd replace a hurt. I'd still keep his 3 downs.
Okay.
But can downs outnumber the hurts and days?
He's got
Can't
2
remember.
downs. He's got one on
Yeah.
1 and a 6.
Yeah.
He's got the leave on 6. Let's see if I can. I changed my setup here a little bit so I could maybe. It's still pretty
Yeah,
foggy
I'd
here.
replace a hurt if it doesn't break any of the rules. I can't remember all the rules off the top of my head.
I think as long as it's 1 less than the level above, it's
Yeah.
legal.
Yeah, he can't have a days without a days on level 2. So he's got to have a days on
Right.
level 2, which I think he does.
He has two
Yeah.
days on level 2, so he'd be
Yeah,
good.
he's got what I used to call the Commander Sam level 2.
Hmm
2 names, 2 hurts, 2 days.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
What would you guys change on him? Just make him a 5 DQ? Really?
Either that or give him, but the choice E is pretty, it's like a 50-50 to get a level 3 move out of that
Yeah.
on number 4 on level 2. I don't know if I'd take that out, make it a straight through level 3. But where would I put the choice then?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's all I would do because he's a pretty solid card. I'd drop his DQ because he got DQ'd a lot, but I guess that's part of the character too.
Yeah. Like I'd rather see a ring moved up to a turnbuckle to an A or ropes to an A.
Yeah.
I can see him get a little stronger too with power.
Yeah, -1. Yeah, that'd be a beneficial for him too. The cage at 1 is perfect. The pin of 5-2 is fine. Yeah, I mean that's 6 DQ. Like, I don't know. Everybody had a high DQ though in the starter
But
set.
I can't see him having a low one. Like the feuds he had with me, like Bounty Hunter and Vengeance and Spike and Doomsday Creature and
Yeah, you're
Mayhem,
right.
Killing Machine.
Because Pit Viper has a 6, and he can't have lower than Pit Viper.
Yeah. Like right now with me, I got him feuding Pulsar. Because Wolf's a heel in my Fed.
Okay.
I turned him heel a while ago. All the Anti-Man.
They've always kind of been like the good guys with an edge anyway.
Yeah.
So they kind of make sense as heels more, I think, sometimes.
I can see them as an independent group like the Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we should probably head into the other guy on our list.
Yes.
The Invincible Kraken.
Or Kraken.
He was a solid bad guy for me, but he never did a lot. Like he captured the TV title 3 times, and that was it. Had some average runs with him, about six defenses each time. The one thing he did in my promotion that threw me for a loop is I have a huge tag tournament every year. Just not huge, but 16 team tag tournament, and I called it the Solarcade Cup. And the first year he won it with Genghis Khan.
Nice.
And then the second year, and which shocked everybody because I think he beat the Gladiators in the final with that team, him and Khan. And the second, I teamed him up with Akuma.
Classic
So I brought
bootleg
him in.
character.
Yeah. And him and Akuma won it. And then the final year, he didn't have any tag team because Genghis Khan was off, with Mitsuko, and Akuma had left him. And so that's when I was doing the whole, the Matador was doing his bidding. Who wants to manage me? The old Randy Savage.
Okay.
And Kraken brings out Matador as his tag partner. Matador was going to side with Kraken, and they won the Solarcade Cup, and that was Matador's debut. And so after Kraken retired, I changed the cup name. It's now called the Kraken Cup because nobody else held the title. Kraken held it with 3 different people with 3, you know.
Yeah, he earned it.
And but yeah, it's all he's done for me. He, you know, a couple of the year-end awards, he never won, but he was always like a runner-up to a few.
Mm-hmm.
But couldn't do anything. When Rob and myself had our promotion, Rob teamed him up with Bishop Hell.
Ah,
And they captured his GWF tag titles like 5 times.
wow, that's an interesting pairing.
Yeah, it was Rob just like, hey, 2 top bad guys, you know, they want to take over everything, and that's the way he did it, and it worked.
Kraken has the claim of fame of dethroning Billy Joe Boxer as my Galaxian champion in my Fed. That was a feud I pushed really hard because I liked both characters, and Billy Joe Boxer just went on such a tear for me. But it was Kraken who dethroned him. He didn't hold it very long. He had like 2 or 3 defenses, I believe. But yeah, he was the guy who put the first loss on Billy Joe Boxer in my Fed. He's probably my favorite bad guy. So I really pushed him hard. I always had him in my title picture, but he only won it that one time, knocking off Billy Joe.
What do you do for you, Jim?
I had multiple tag team titles with Splatter and Death Set. Interplanetary a couple times, and that's about it.
Very cool.
With who? Just Splatter?
Death Set when they were Tombstone.
Ah,
Before we found out it was Brimstone.
the Society of Death was a really fun team.
They were. I liked them.
Like his group was always. What are you looking up?
Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but listen.
Kraken.
I'm going to find one that says it the correct way.
Let's hear it again.
Kraken.
Kraken.
It's Kraken. The world knows it's Kraken.
Just had to look that up.
That's great.
The Society of Death was a great team, but they were a secondary team. They kind of got lost as a heel team for me.
Yeah, because there were so many good bad guys at the beginning.
Yeah, and it went from Kraken, you know, was almost near the top. Like, you know, he could hold his own, but then his flunkies were way down here. You know, Mutant, Genghis Khan, Splatter.
Yeah, he
nobody
needed
really
better
back him
henchmen.
up.
They didn't do much till the Hitman came out.
Yeah. Like as a manager, he's good. With me, he retired and he teamed up. You know, I have you know, my 3 promotions, and the middle promotion, Nexus and Kraken, own it. So it's you know, they're the yin and the yang. Same as in the top one, it's Morpheus and Omega.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to keep each other in check.
Yeah.
I just don't see those two getting along.
Oh no, they don't. But that's the whole storyline. But with Kraken, when he retired, he just kind of went out quietly. He didn't make a big deal about it.
Uh-huh.
Like I know Tom had him being like the crybaby and whining, and you know, when he lost. For me, he was too much of a kind of a hard ass for that.
Yeah. He's like, not only is he like one of the original bad guys, but he was always like a leader among the bad guys.
Yeah.
He always led a group of some kind.
So I didn't want him going out like that. So with me, he just quietly, you know, he had his last match, and the next thing he comes out and he's, you know, managing people. you know, I had him on the launch pad, and they're like, you know, he's like, yeah, I've retired. I didn't want to, you know, a farewell. I didn't want to hear the fans cheering one more match type thing. And he goes, I just ended it.
Just rode
Just
off into the sunset.
I had him do it on his own terms.
That's cool.
Because that's I think a lot of people have that. You know, they just, you know, the good guys got to go out on that, you know, on the high notes, and even heels nowadays.
Yeah, how many retirement specials did Ric Flair have?
Yeah. And comebacks and
So yeah, let's take a look at his card. See if we can get it to focus in frame here. Whoop. Nope. I should hook an external camera up next time.
Yeah. For me, I
Right-
know what I'd
right
be
there.
doing with. I know what I'd be doing with Kraken. I would take that choice D,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd make that, and I'd remove it, and I'd put it
Okay.
on the level 1, on the number 1 on level 3.
Okay.
So you'd have 3 downs on level 2, and then could
Mhm.
keep it down with that one move.
Yeah, that would make him. That'd be a significant upgrade with just
That'd
that
be-
one small change.
He would have been a top-notch guy then. You know,
Uh-huh.
Santos Star Wire level.
Mm-hmm.
I think his pin's too high too.
Yeah, 7-4s. It's up there for.
Yeah, but he's only got 2 downs. He's got a pin and a down.
Yeah,
That's why I think it's like that.
with a leave.
Yeah, like I said, he always could have did it, but he was, you know, he was up there, but then you had Wolf, Starwire, and Thanos just above him.
Yeah.
And he couldn't gain any traction with those guys. And then, you know, him and Nexus, great feud.
Yeah.
But I think Nexus got the better of him.
For sure. Nexus is a classic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you. I'd either put it on number 1 on 3 just to keep the choice on there, or put it on number 6 on level 1. But he's got the reverse pile driver that gets through on level 3 on 1, which is pretty powerful already. So maybe sacrifice the level 1 move for a level 2. A down 3 move on 2 and a chance for 1 on 1. Yeah, but I think you're totally right though. Move that to level 3. Move the choice D down to level 3, and then yeah, he's complete badass then.
What would you do there, Jim? What would your one change be?
The pin. At least make it a 6-3.
6-3 or a 5-2?
Yes.
Yeah, 7-4.
I think
That's-
6 is better.
You get hit with a decent +3 or +4 finisher, you're looking at a 7 or 8 to kick out. You know, so
Or even it goes against Thanos, hits that +4, you're looking at a 9.
yeah, that's tough.
You know, that's like a 70% chance you're failing on your first try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he was a very interesting character. He's still kind of, you know, he's not really relevant for me. He just stepped away, you know, because he does run a promotion, so he just kind of, you know, he's in the background now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking of making him come back as a manager for the promotion he owns, so he can really stir the pot and tilt things towards his guys.
Be that evil authority figure.
Yep. That's what I have planned for him. He's just going to disappear for a year, so when he comes back, it's more of an impact.
Yeah. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yep. But since we don't know how long we have left with the Zoom,
Yeah.
so let's jump into our favorite card art.
Okay. I'll go first. It's actually a piece of Bendis art, and I'll share my screen real quick because I found it on the online page, the wiki. And it is the classic 2086 Wolf.
Ah,
It's one of my favorites. You know,
it's not a bad one. I just wish he put, pupils.
That makes them more scary.
He's doing the Undertaker eye roll.
Yes. It's contacts. It's his canine eyes. Like they're just glowing in the night. Yeah, some of the early Bendis stuff I thought was really good, and I thought this is one of his better ones.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like Bendis was never known for his art.
Right. Yeah, there was that one. I know you have some to show.
What about you, Jim? What are your favorite pieces?
From the Wolf or anybody?
And anybody, it could be any sets. Doesn't have to be the original 24. You
I
can
like
have
the-
multiple
I like-
pieces.
I always like that second Bishop Hill art.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good one. Let me pull that up. Let me go look for that if you guys want to talk about it while I'm looking for it.
I
just-
don't know the second Bishop.
Oh, it's really good.
Is it color?
Well,
No,
the version I have here from the website will be in color, but it was originally a black and white card.
Oh, the meeting has been upgraded. Woohoo!
Really?
Yep,
Yay!
it's
I
popped up.
thought I put it in time. All right, here's this one you're talking about, Jim.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, but it was black and white, which I actually think it looked
Yeah.
better in black and white.
I like how the flames go through the border, though.
Mm-hmm.
definitely better in black and white.
Yeah.
So good.
Do I have that one here? I might have that one with me.
Still, I'm liking this one in color.
Yeah, it's a sick piece of artwork, and that was Larry Snelly.
Yeah.
Larry,
I
he didn't
remember-
do very many cards. He had what, 3 or 4 sets?
I remember when Tom first got Larry, Tom hadn't really released the set yet. We still knew Chuck Carter. We knew Chuck was done and he'd be releasing, and he showed us a picture of Raven. No, not Raven. Sorry, Dregs.
Uh-huh.
And everybody lost their collective minds. Like that Dregs was the first piece of artwork that we saw of Larry.
That was a beautiful piece of art too.
Oh yeah,
Might as well bring that up too while we're talking about it.
that was it was
I don't know my alphabet. Where is he? There we go. Boom.
yeah, but it was completely different from how we Chuck's Chuck did a lot of the big thick lines.
Right.
Some of his pictures were almost like Kirby-esque.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And a little more on the cartoony side too.
yeah. And then you had Larry who went, he was thin lined, a little more detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, I loved all the Larry Snelly art. It was great.
kind of like Chuck. I don't think Larry had many bad pictures.
Right. I wish he would have been around longer. Because his stuff was so good.
He's
Yeah.
like he's still around in drawing, just not for the game.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, how many sets did he do?
Probably about 4.
Okay.
But here's what I've got for my my favorite cards.
Okay, let me stop sharing here so we can see what you got there.
My first one, this guy.
Lance Atlas.
I don't know why. I just love this drawing.
Actually, it's pretty good.
The character is just average for me, but this drawing, he was just like you know, he just kind of looked like the quiet badass.
Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with his redone artwork for that color version of that set?
If it's color, no.
Let me pull it up while you guys are talking. I just want to see your opinion live of it.
And then my second one would be the other Bishop Hell.
No, I mean, that's really good too.
Yeah. This one, you know, the Martin Addison, I'm showing up to Galacticon dressed as Bishop Hell.
Yeah. Jim,
You
were
guys
you
might
there
have
for
missed
that?
one. Jim might have been around for that one.
When did you
remember.
first? What was your first Galacticon, Jim?
Honestly, I can't remember. It's been 20-some years.
You were before me. I was 7 was mine in 1997. That was my first one. Yeah, I know you were there before me.
Okay, so you would have missed Martin Addison then, Jim. Yeah, we had a young guy show up at number 1 dressed up as Bishop Hell because Mark Ashby made a joke about come dress as your favorite character, and he did.
I definitely forgot it one.
He was only like maybe 11 years old. And then as for Larry Snelly, I got out of my 6 cards I did. Killer Queen. This one, he just looked like a rock star to me.
Yeah,
I think that's his best art.
yeah.
This I just really liked this. If this one had the, you know, had the first back, that would have been the perfect card for him.
Mm-hmm.
Then another guy, bit of a shocker, Holocaust.
That's, yeah. Were all of yours Snelly except for Lance Atlas?
No, Bishop Hell.
Okay.
That was Chuck Carter. And then I have a Bendis.
Ooh. That's a good one.
It's funny because I was down at Galacticon one year and somebody didn't like this card. And he's like, I'm just gonna throw it out. Didn't like Pollux. I'm like, I'll take it. So if you notice down here, I have Pollux 1. I also have the other one called Pollux 2. And I gave him the Killer Bees gimmick.
Nice.
Now,
There
they
you
still
go.
always lose. They've never won. But what I plan to do with them is because I know they get merged. I know he goes through a Transevolver and comes out as 9th degree or something like that with 2 heads.
Correct.
So Pollux 1 and Pollux 2 are going to go into the Transevolver together and come out as 9th degree.
Just like Monad with the Cosmic Forces.
Yeah. And then this one is my favorite all-time GWF art.
It's tough to beat that one.
Now, I've seen the color version.
Mhm.
Bobian showed it at one of the online conventions.
Mm-hmm.
But this, just the arrogance of it. You know, he's got his back to you, just looking over your shoulder, giving you the nonchalant, you know, what do you want look.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a classic. And even when they redid the color card, they did the pose.
Yeah.
They show it from the front now though.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Here I'll show you that Lance Atlas artwork real quick. I couldn't find a bigger version of it. But that's the color reprint.
Yeah, I don't like it as much.
Yeah, me
He
either.
looks like a second-rate Aquaman.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one that I think got changed the most whenever they started doing the color re-releases. I think his changed the most.
Yeah, I don't even like it. Like he's wearing Speedos and
The wrestling trunks.
He looks too old too.
well, he's supposed to be you know, can live to hundreds of years old. He's borderline immortal or something like that, his storyline.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you since I figured you probably haven't seen it yet.
No, I hadn't. Like I said, some of the color cards, from what I've seen, look really good.
Mm-hmm.
But some that one would be a disappointment. That one would want to make me retire Lance Atlas.
But speaking of color cards, we need to start the campaign to get the Wolf and the Jim Steele T-shirt made into a physical copy.
Definitely.
We'll start hitting up Todd.
Yep, we'll make it happen. So if you're watching this, look up Todd. He's tournament master on the Filsinger Games message boards, and say, we demand the Wolf and Jim Steele T-shirt card.
Yeah,
and give him an upgrade too.
Because Wolf can never have too many upgrades and too many cards.
Exactly.
What's another Wolf card thrown into the mix? You can make it an SE card.
Mm-hmm. Just give it. You can have the same back too. That's fine. Just put that artwork on the front.
Yeah. And Sand, if you notice, because this will be, by the time this airs, it'll just be before Christmas. I'm wearing my Christmas sweater.
Very nice.
I had it made. I designed it, and I'm like, hey. Instead of skull and crossbones, it's a skull and a Santa hat and candy canes.
I like it.
All I gotta say is bah humbug.
Bah humbug, but Jim.
Okay, we no longer want a Jim Steele.
Look at Wolf. He's always ready for the holiday season.
We got Santa Wolf.
Yes, Santa Wolf. What? Yeah, that's been a while now since the Santa Wolf card was released. It was a Black Friday giveaway, if I remember right. If you bought the package deal, Santa Wolf was included with it.
And then we
It
got
wasn't in
Santa
color.
Wolf too. See?
Yeah, that was an online card, I think.
I remember Randy Bugdale did a wolf card. Just a sketch,
Uh-huh.
and it's Wolf with a bloody hand dripping and holding a human heart.
Nice.
I had that floating around somewhere for the longest time. I can't remember what I did with it.
Well, if you find it, we're gonna take a look at it here.
Yep. So since it's getting close to Christmas, and I've had this discussion online, what's your favorite Christmas movie, and what's the worst Christmas movie?
I'll go first. Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
I was prepared. I knew I was
Okay.
going to bring this up. I have, for me, Miracle on 34th Street.
Number
Either
one?
version. I
Okay.
love either version. I'm a sap for the the whole Santa thing. Love it.
Mhm.
The worst, I always thought it was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Or Christmas special, whatever it is. I've
Christmas
tried
Vacation.
to watch it. I watched it one time, never got into it. I've tried watching it multiple times since. I just do not find that movie funny. And
I think it's
for
just
me,
overrated.
Oh, it's extremely overrated.
Overquoted, overrated.
And then I found another movie, and it was so bad I had to stop watching it.
Oh boy.
And it was just this year, and it's called Christmas Father or something like that. It stars like John Cleese and trying to remember Frasier from Frasier,
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer. It was on Netflix, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, this movie is so bad. I tried to literally watch it on two occasions. I go, maybe if I watch it in increments. And I'm like, nope,
Couldn't do it.
could not do it.
My favorite Christmas movie is Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Not a good one.
Are you serious, or are you just?
I'm
trolling
being
us?
serious. That's a holiday tradition here at the Atkinson house. Is we watch Jingle All the Way, with Sinbad as the villain, Myron Larrabee. They're fighting over the Turbo Man toy throughout the movie. It's great. A young Big Show Paul White makes an appearance in there as a giant Santa Claus. He says, "I'm going to deck your halls, bub." It's just it's just full of like goofy like nonsense. It's not an intelligent movie or a good, like it's not an Academy Award worthy, story or plot or anything like that. It's just fun. And my least favorite is the Santa Claus, which is my wife's favorite. So it causes some controversy here. Because I just feel like it's Tim the Toolman Taylor as Santa Claus. Because that's the only role he ever plays. Tim Allen, that is.
I just looked it up. Called Father Christmas is Back.
Ooh, I'm going to check that out.
Horrible. So bad. I know I tried to convince my some friends that Lord of the Rings is a Christmas movie. I'm like, there's elves.
Yes.
Half the movie takes place outside in the snow.
True.
I said, and you have a magical old guy with a white beard.
Mm-hmm. Couple of them.
And they're not falling for it.
So is Die Hard a Christmas music movie?
It happens it's more of a Christmas movie than Lord of the Rings.
Yes. I think it meets the criteria.
Yeah.
Of being a Christmas movie.
So what about you, Jim? What's your favorite Christmas movie? Oh,
You're muted.
You muted yourself, Jim.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, you guys agree?
And I actually like the Santa Claus.
Oh, he's just trolling me now. He's getting me back.
And I don't like National Lampoon, and I don't like Elf.
See,
Elf's not bad.
yeah, it's another one that's it's getting to be that level of National Lampoon Christmas Vacation with like people quoting it and stuff, but it's not bad.
What me and the wife try to do is from December 1st to the 24th, we try to watch a Christmas movie every day.
Okay.
Sometimes they repeat, like Miracle on 34th Street. I have to watch it. That new cartoon Claus.
I haven't seen that yet.
That's actually good. I like the one Anna Kendrick does.
Noel.
Yeah,
that one was
That's
good.
actually funny. I like that. Oh, sorry, Jim. We keeping you up? And but we come across some bad ones sometimes, but that's the thing. You just take a chance. There's literally hundreds of Christmas.
Yeah, turn Hallmark on from like November 1st on, and there's 24/7. I think Christmas Story is overrated too.
Oh, it's funny. Or It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
I like that one myself.
I try to explain to people in It's a Wonderful Life, the bad guy wins.
yeah, he does.
The old man who steals the money gets away with it. Scotch free. But I just watched one called Single All the Way.
Oh.
And that was funny.
Yeah. Some honorable mentions for me are Love Actually is a good one. And Home Alone, of course, is a classic. I tried watching it with the kids the other day, and she's like, they're just so mean to the kids in this. I couldn't watch it with them. Like the way they treat Kevin at the beginning and stuff. Yeah. So. And
the what was it? The his brother, he looks up his brother's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's actually the kid dressed in drag. That's how they got the girlfriend.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
So
good stuff.
And I guess we should probably invite Sam Luptak again to one of these, even though
he keeps big timing us.
Yeah, he's shutting us down all the time. Trying to make him a superstar like Jim Steele here.
Exactly. I think we're the first multimedia presentation to bring Jim Steele within the Filsinger Games community.
Sorry, I'm just eating cheese from my Advent cheese calendar.
Oh, no, the cheese calendar.
Yep, I have 24 days of cheese.
Any meat in there too?
Nope.
Nope, just cheese.
Just cheese. It's like 12 different types of cheese, and I get 2 of each.
Very cool. Yeah, the reason I was late getting on with you guys is because I made a Stouffer's lasagna for dinner tonight, and it took 85 minutes, which I was not prepared for to cook.
What did it tell you to cook it at? Like 200 degrees?
375. Yep.
It's a long time.
Yeah. So by the time I got the kids down to eat it and everything, like, yeah, we pushed everything back. So I apologize. It was my fault.
That happens.
Yep.
Only, see, you didn't have to tell that story because only we would have known that.
Well, yeah, but I just, you know, I'm humble enough to admit to the masses.
No one else in YouTube land would have known we were 15 minutes late getting started.
Well, they do now. It was all my fault. But yeah, this was fun, guys. Anything else you'd like to get in, Jim, before we sign off for the night?
And I just, I hope you guys have a great holiday.
Thanks, you too.
You do, Jim.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to us. And if you like the video, please click the subscribe button so you get notified whenever we post a new video. These usually go up on Mondays at noon. And go ahead and hit that like button too. So you let us know you liked what you saw. And if you didn't like it, leave a comment and tell us why.
Yep. And next week will be Killer Queen and Renegade are the two wrestlers we're spotlighting.
Nice.
And the topic will be wrestlers you just can't get behind.
Okay.
That should be fun.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Jim, very much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you making the time to be here with us to discuss Wolf. Like Death Knight is associated with Pete Beck, I think it's safe to say that Wolf is just as much equally associated with you.
Feel
So
free
thank
to
you.
fight me again.
Hey, we will. We will. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. And you have a happy holiday season as well and a Merry Christmas. And we will talk to you sometime soon.
But
Good night, everyone.